Hey crypto peeps, hope you're doing well. Today is 29th of June 2022 and Bitcoin today, this morning here in the UK is trading at just over 20,000, so $20,000 in change. So pretty much going sideways for this last week. So let's get straight to it, Sui. So first off, we're looking at TerraLuna today, and this is on businesstoday.in. TerraLuna Classic zooms nearly 60% in a day. Is the crypto making a comeback? Well, let's read this and see what they think. After headline crypto news, after its infamous crash triggered by the Terra USD or UST stablecoin, depegging fiasco in May, which in turn resulted in an overall downtrend in crypto markets, Luna Classic, token of the Terra ecosystem, is in the news again. The Luna Classic token zoomed 57.0961% in a day on Wednesday, as data provided by CoinMarketCap. And there's the chart there showing you the big rise. So on the surface, it may appear that TerraLuna Classic is making a comeback. However, the cryptocurrency crashed to the abyss in the last month, and the price of this crypto fell by more than 99.99%. Based on sound technical and fundamental analysis, analysts do not see any upside in the cryptocurrency in the near future. So if you were looking at this or you're thinking of buying this, that's some interesting news to consider. It goes into detail down below here and tells you why it crashed, and there's more news on that as well. As with all these new bites, we're only going to be reading out snippets and sharing snippets with you. If you want the full articles, then click the links down below and you will be taken to them. Next article today here is on CNN Business, and crypto winter has had a chilling effect on Coinbase and Robinhood. It goes on to say here, the prices of Bitcoin and other top cryptocurrencies have been cut more than half this year. Now, the great crypto crash of 2022 is crushing leading digital asset brokerage firms, Coinbase and Robinhood. Shares of Coinbase have lost nearly 3/4 of their value in 2022, and they fell more than 10% on Monday after Goldman Sachs analyst Will Nance slashed his rating on the company to a rare sell. Nance attributed the downgrade to the continued downdraft in crypto prices and the resulting fall in industry activity levels, and he added that recent layoffs at the company may not mark the end of the pink slips either. He went on to say, "We believe further cuts are needed as the announced cost reduction effort merely brings headcount back to the end of first quarter 2022 levels." He also said Coinbase will need to make substantial reductions in its cost base in order to stem the resulting cash burn as retail trading activity dries up. Going on to Robinhood here. Meanwhile, Robinhood has plummeted nearly 50% so far this year, leading to speculation that the company, which went public last year, might be a takeover target for the red-hot privately held crypto unicorn FTX. And FTX has a valuation of $32 billion. Bloomberg reported Monday that FTX, led by the 30-year billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, was considering a possible deal for Robinhood, and shares of Robinhood surged 14% on the news. Again, with the news bites, there's more information on all this down there for you to look at if that one interests you. So what we see here is, with some falls of some coins and the stable coins being a bit dodgy, and with the general atmosphere economically around the world, we see some wobbles in the crypto industry. But to be honest, it grew too fast, too big, and there are too many cryptos out there. So we need to filter some of these out. So in the end, it's going to be a good thing to filter out the wheat from the chaff here. So moving on to investing.com here, Chainlink or Link is now listed on Robinhood. Robinhood is a popular stock market platform, now supports trading Chainlink or Link. Since listing Comp, Matic, Sol, and SHIB in April, this is the first time the platform has added new tokens. Sam Bankman-Fried revealed a 7.6% stake in the firm last month, causing a 40% one-day stock price jump. The prominent stock chain exchange platform Robinhood has officially added support for trading Chainlink after the crypto began to appear on the platform's website. The publicly listed corporation formally acknowledged that it would be adding support for the listing. So if you own Link, or if you think it's a good opportunity there, an investment, that's very good news for you. So the next piece of news here is on Cointelegraph. Different this time, almost all Bitcoin metrics are now hinting at a price bottom. It says data from Cointelegraph, Markets Pro and TradingView showed that Bitcoin circling $21,000 on Bitstamp is refusing to commit to a firm trend. The pair nonetheless avoided fresh signs of weakness, leading Cointelegraph contributor Michael Vanderpope to believe that an attack on important levels, notably the 200-week moving average near 22,400, could be next. There's his tweet about it there. He goes on to say, in the past, Bitcoin has been still under its realized price. Aggregate cost basis of all coins in supply, the realized price is currently sitting around about 22,500. While few expected a clear bullish trend to emerge, long-time perspective also placed importance on current price levels. Among them was John Bollinger, creator of the Bollinger Bands Volatility Indicator, who is a fresh take on Bitcoin USD, and he flagged the culmination of a trend years in the making. The next move he suggested could well be higher after a picture-perfect double top pattern of Bitcoin in 2021. Here's his tweet here about it. He goes on to say, further analysis of whether the bottom is in for Bitcoin came from on-chain analytics firm Glassnode as the week began. In its latest weekly newsletter, The Week on Chain, Glassnode dissected a raft of on-chain metrics in various stages of signaling a bottom formation. In an unprecedented macro environment, however, nothing was certain. Within the current macroeconomic framework, all models and historical precedents are likely to be put to the test, it concluded. It goes on to say here, based on the current position of Bitcoin prices relative to historical floor levels, the market is already at an extremely improbable level, with only 0.2% of trading days being in similar circumstances. It noted that those who have bought Bitcoin in 2021 and 2020 have provided the driving force behind the recent selling. There's more stats, more information on that, so if that interests you, have a look at that. Now here's an interesting article on Forbes here. This is pretty much everywhere at the moment. Everyone's talking about this kind of stuff. So Bankman-Fried warns some crypto exchanges are already insolvent. So if you have your money on exchanges, bear this in mind, people. After throwing lifelines to troubled digital currency platforms BlockFi and Voyager Digital, Sam Bankman-Fried, the 30-year-old billionaire founder of FTX, warns that some crypto exchanges will fail soon. The question on everyone's mind in the crypto world is whether we've reached the market bottom. Nearly $2 trillion in crypto market value has evaporated since November. To bellwether digital assets, Luna, a 40 billion crypto asset associated with TerraUSD, a 16 billion stablecoin designed to maintain purity with the US dollar, have collapsed. Earlier this month, Bitcoin traded below 20,000, its lowest level since December 2020. But the fallout is far from complete. Earlier this month, Singapore-based Three Arrows Capital, a highly leveraged crypto trading firm with $200 million of exposure to Luna, revealed that it was nearly insolvent. In order to survive, the Three Arrows default, the two digital asset exchanges turned to billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX and the richest person in crypto, worth some $20.5 billion. Between FTX and the quantitative trading firm Alameda, he provided the companies with $750 million in credit lines. It goes on to say here, but despite the generous bailouts, not even Bankman-Fried is able or willing to throw good money after bad in perpetuity. There are companies that are basically too far gone, and it's not practical to backstop them for reasons like a substantial hole in the balance sheet, regulatory issues, or that there is not much of a business left to be saved, said Bankman-Fried, who declined to name any specific crypto exchanges. Again, there's more information there, so I recommend you guys read that one and read up on this one, especially if you have some of your money still stuck on some exchanges. Be warned, they're not all going to be here. So this is on Bitcoiners here. Influencers intentionally loot millions from the crypto community in a pump and dump scam. Two conspiracy theorist influencers have caused a lot of investors to lose crypto funds in a pump and dump scheme. They presented a portfolio of cryptocurrencies with dubious claims about authenticity and institutional backings. These claims aim to create enough hype for the cryptos and raise their prices more than they should be. Given that they have already won the followers' trust, they could persuade them to invest in the crypto portfolio, but unfortunately these followers have lost millions by believing the hype around these assets. The influencers are in charge of 2 Telegram channels, Whiplash 347 and Quantum Stellar Initiative or QSI. They use these channels to promote fraudulent Stellar XLM altcoins, which the entire Stellar network has confirmed to be dubious. The first group, Whiplash 347, has 277,000 followers, whilst Quantum Stellar Initiative has 35,000 followers. Logically discovered that the influencers told these thousands of followers that the altcoins would be a huge hit. According to them, they could predict such outcomes because of secret military intelligence. Another angle they used was through sharing misinformation and conspiratorial content against media and mainstream institutions. Since the followers already distrusted these institutions, they believed that the duo shared and trusted the promotions about the altcoins. Investigations revealed that these followers have lost millions of dollars. According to logically, one of the investors who lost 100,000 even committed suicide. So there's lots of information on that, people. So have a read of that and be very careful out there. It's still a bit of a wild west in crypto land. Be very careful what people are saying, what they're promoting, what they're doing. Next article is on Finbold here. Global use of Bitcoin for real estate payments evaporates as the crypto market crashes. This is a short article, but I thought I'd show you some. I try to keep it all positive, but there are some negativity out there, and we have to bear that in mind and keep that as part of our intelligence. So after seeing exploding growth over the last few years, the use of cryptocurrencies to pay for real estate has practically come to a standstill in the aftermath of the decline in value of digital assets. Indeed, over the last 5 years, worldwide cryptocurrency payments for residential and commercial real estate have increased from almost nothing to about $100 million. As per Ansari, last year the use of Bitcoin and crypto to pay for real estate anywhere in the world was still in its relative infancy, and it is now on hold again as a result of the crisis. They go on to say here the use of digital coins to pay for real estate globally has all but evaporated after strong growth in recent years. There's more information on that there if that one interests you, but it's good to note that it's pretty much on hold at the moment. But this is as we would expect with a downtrend in the market. And my final piece of news in the websites here is more from Newzoo here. More than 500 companies are building the Metaverse. And it's got some of the logos there from some of them, so have a good look at those. It goes on to say, over the course of a year, the number of companies working on the Metaverse grew from 200 in July 2021 to more than 500 now, according to a report on the Metaverse by market researcher Newzoo. A year ago, a lot of people would plausibly say they'd never heard of the Metaverse. But with demand for virtual living exploding thanks to the pandemic, the Metaverse quickly spread as a vision for life in persistent 3D spatial worlds where we're all connected in an online universe. And now just about every major tech company, brand, influencer and gaming company is getting involved in the Metaverse. The universe of virtual worlds that are all connected, like in the novels Snow Crash and Ready Player One. It's the way to reach the younger generations of the future, and last week McKinsey said that the Metaverse would have a $5 trillion market value by 2030. And the Kronos Group announced a coalition of groups and companies to come up with standards for the Metaverse. Now, Roblox is one of the world's most popular games, and it's become a platform where players can create their own games and capture their value for it. Roblox and Epic's Fortnite have added features such as virtual concerts, and influencers are staking their claims. The Metaverse is giving rise to virtual runway shows hosted by the most popular fashion and luxury brands, and the early iteration of blockchain games focuses more on economic aspects and lacks the fun elements to sustain new players. But the hope is such games will become stepping stones to the Metaverse by bringing interoperability and true digital ownership. There's some of the companies involved here and what they're building, so that's good news for you guys to have a look at. It goes on to say from the Metaverse lead at Newzoo in an interview with GamesBeat that the hype has cooled in recent months due to the global macroeconomic slowdown. But he said that interest in the metaverse is growing as the natural successor to the Web 2 internet. He goes on to say the evolution of simulated 3D worlds presents a massive opportunity for brands, with a transition from diffuse physical spaces into virtual worlds, providing brands with chance to create a condensed mass of users that are hard to reach through other forms of advertising. And huge companies such as Nike, Louis Vuitton, Balagueria and Meta have all recognized the shift, and they are executing metaverse strategies. Now, the report also notes that the industry has not agreed on a single definition of metaverse, and Jonathan Lai of A16Z described the metaverse as a persistent shared 3D virtual space in a virtual universe. Tim Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, called it a real-time 3D social medium where people can create and engage in shared experiences as equal participants in an economy with societal impact. And Newzoo defines it as an interconnected and interoperable network of persistent virtual worlds that are populated by large numbers of players who interact with each other via 3D digital avatars, which offer users a heightened sense of immersion and presence. Now, there's a lot more on this. If you want to have a look at this, I recommend it because it definitely is the future and it's coming. And if you haven't, check out on our CryptoViewing YouTube channel an interview I did with a guy, one of our subscribers called Scott last week, where he actually showed me around the metaverse. We discussed what both of our thoughts are of the metaverse, where it's going to go in the future, and he actually showed me around the metaverse Decentraland and some of the things you can do there. So if you don't know much about it, it's a great video to watch to get you a bit more knowledgeable of what's going on out there. It's an amazing space. It has huge opportunities. It's just in its infancy at this time. Right, so the other bits of news I'm going to do, I've got 3 videos here that I want to share you. Now, the first one is Bloomberg Crypto Full Show. It's a 23 minute show here where, Bloomberg, financial people go for all the latest news in cryptos. So that's an interesting one. I recommend, you watch that because, like everything, you need all these different sources of information to make proper decisions. Then the next one on here is really great. It's from Library of Wealth. A great one that you should subscribe to, and this is called "The Crypto Rebound is Going to Explode," and this is from Cathie Wood, a respected financial person in the industry, someone that's highly looked up to, especially in the crypto space right now. And she's also again on this third video I recommend to you here, and this is from Anthony Pompliano. Puts out great content, 2 or 3 pieces every day, very interesting. Very, proactive, very encouraging for the crypto space. And he, again, has got some stuff from Cathie Wood, and she's talking about how we are already in a recession. We're hearing this everywhere. So you have to bear this in mind when you're looking at investing, when you're looking at cryptos. The whole world's moving into recession. Every country, it seems, are going in that way at the moment. So bear that in mind in everything you do. So that's pretty much it for the news this week. I hope you like the news bites, what we chose for you. Check out the links below for more information. If you have any comments or any wants, also add that to down below, in the comments, both on YouTube and on our subscriber site. Have a great week ahead. Take care of yourself. Namaste.